Hi everyone, good morning. We'll just wait for a few more people to join in.
Hi,
Hi
how are
Gaurav,
you?
good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good and things are great.
Okay. So we were just waiting. Everybody was asking who is that special guest today?
There's nothing so special.
So,
Yeah.
no, it is.
Uh,
So let me start with a
yeah.
very warm welcome to all of the people who have joined us for this live today on a
Thank
Sunday morning on
Yes.
yet another episode of Endura Talks. I am Poulomi, and I must say that I am very thrilled to be hosting this special episode of Endura Talks. Why it is special? Because we have you with us, Gaurav, today. Um,
Thank you, Polly.
and
Thank you.
what you have achieved is a feat that you know uh, very few of us can even dare to dream. मैं सोच भी नहीं सकती हूँ.
नहीं नहीं
So
ऐसा बात नहीं है. Everyone can think and achieve if you just can focus on what you are thinking to do. Definitely.
So, just for the viewers, let me tell you that Gaurav, he's the director of Jai Balaji Group, and recently he has become an Ironman. And in the true sense, an Ironman because he completed the Ironman challenge in Dubai very recently. And while most of us will know what an Ironman challenge is, for the very few who don't know about it, it is a very rigorous challenge, which includes what Gaurav has done. Is a 1.9 kilometer swim, immediately followed by a 90-kilometer cycling, and followed by a 21-kilometer run. मुझे बोलते बोलते मेरे को थकान हो रहा है गौरव. I'm feeling like I'm panting. I don't know how you completed this, but many congratulations once again, and how you finished it was really remarkable.
Thank you.
You know.
Yeah.
So now, since this is not a feat which is achieved by many, we would like to know how it all started. And you belong to a typical Marwari business family, and as far as I know you, uh, in your family, there are not too many people who are into fitness or running or cycling. So, is this a trend that you have started, and how did it start for you?
Yeah, actually, to start with, I had started with running long back, like it was 2014 or 15 when I started running. I was also in the obese category during that time, but somehow marathons and coming up challenges of running started in the city. So that just I thought that let's give it a try with a simple 10K and a 15K and a 5K. I started running. So this is all it all started then and there, and then in those times we had started our Kolkata trail run also. That was also in 2015. So all these things were like coming up together. So that gave me a push, that gave me a motivation that okay, let's get into fitness and let's motivate others in the society also, that fitness is also very important apart from day to day life activities. So this is how I started my journey, like long
Okay.
back time. So it all started
So
with,
it started with running.
yeah, definitely.
And then how did cycling and swimming happen?
Cycling, like I always used to enjoy my cycling during my childhood days. So somehow with Nishant only I started cycling. He was the first person who had, he was cycling. He used to come and we like a fun ride and all. We started with that. So gradually it
Okay.
it went on growing, and we made our own group. And once the group is made, you intend to cycle more and more, and this is how the cycling part started. And the most difficult part was the
Okay.
swimming, because I really didn't knew how to swim at all. Like swimming a 25-meter in a pool was also a challenge. So, but then during the Kolkata Trail Run days, like there was one of our races, and I was introduced to one of the athletes of Ironman, Nagraj Harsha. We had invited him.
Yes, yes. Ha, ha,
So
ha.
he was the first Ironman I ever met. So once when I heard his story, the first impression was that this is just for professionals. So although it was very exciting to know, but the explanation, the journey of his, and then how he achieved was really very tempting, but very tough. Also, those like 4 5 years back, I was just once I heard his story, I understood that it's a. At that time, I had an impression that it's not for us; it's just for professionals. But then gradually, I picked up that challenge, and I started working on that.
Okay, great. So, but then you started swimming in a pool, and then but then Ironman mein hota hai that you have to swim in the sea. So
In a
there's a hell and heaven difference, I think, in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
waters.
there's a hell and heaven difference. And before COVID, I had taken some sessions in Goa also. So I had been to
Okay,
Goa, the open water swim. I had had 2 to 3 sessions there. So, and here also I was looking for some open water, and luckily recently I found out a very big fishery. Although it sounds very odd, but I have been training there for a month before my race. So that really gave a open water feeling, and that really helped me, because just
okay,
swimming in a pool and going directly in an open water swim, it's really it doesn't work very well. So you need to take out
okay.
fear of swimming in an open water. So that's very much required. Somehow we have to manage that, because in Calcutta and around there are very less open waters. There's hardly any,
Absolutely, right.
and the
So,
places which are there, it's not suggested to swim there. So luckily I found one,
right.
so managed to do something.
So you started running, and then you got into cycling, and then into swimming. I should tell you that Nishan got you into cycling. You have to get him into swimming because he's really struggling there.
Yes,
So
definitely.
running हुआ, cycling हुआ, but then what came into your mind that you one day sat and thought that नहीं Ironman करना है, I have to go for that challenge, and I need to target that. How did that happen, and how did you start training and preparing yourself for it?
I started with a 10K run. That was the first run which I did in our city. There was the Tata TSK 25. So that day when I completed a 10K in 2014 or 15, that was the first achievement which I had done, which was a very big achievement for me at that time. But then I started preparing for something which was, something bigger. Then I did a 25. Then I did a full marathon. So it all started with one step at a time. Then I met Nagaraj Harsha. He motivated me to a great extent, and he trained me also for a
Okay,
couple of months. So after talking to him and after taking his guidance and training, I understood that yes, this is something which is not very easy. So it was a very big challenge, and I wanted to take that challenge. So from that step, I started learning how to swim. So I would say that starting anything is difficult, but yes, if you are focused, then definitely you can achieve what you're looking forward for.
true.
So swimming is a problem for many of the athletes. मैं जिससे भी मिलता हूँ, the first question is that how do we get confidence in swimming? So this is how it started, actually. And this
Okay.
is how, man, let's take up some challenge which is really a challenge.
This is actually a challenge. Like I said in the beginning, that many of us wouldn't even dare to dream about this, I think.
Yes.
So how did the training start? Like you decided that I need to target to complete the
Mhm.
Ironman challenge. So, and then how did you start with the training?
Training is I would like to say there are many people who have joined. They are my friends, and they are also looking to do some of the Ironmans in the coming years. So training is just not a training of 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. It's a total lifestyle change which you will have to adopt,
Absolutely.
because before the race, the 2 and 3 months of training is really really very. You have to give at least 15 to 18 hours a week. So to get into that mental and physical condition, you have to first train to a certain extent to take that period of training properly. Because if not, then you'll either have an injury, or you might fall not very confident, and you might
Hmm.
have body aches and things like that. So you might not completely exact training. So it's a journey. It's just not that you train for 4, 5 months, 6 months, and you just jump on to any endurance races like this. You have to prepare yourself well. So that
Okay.
preparation has to be for quite some time. Like it just can't be that I've started swimming, so after 6 months I just jump into a race. No, you have to prepare properly, and you have to. It's a journey. You have to mentally prepare yourself day by day that you have to achieve that goal. And not only this, any endurance, there are many ultra runners in the city. They have been doing 100 kilometers of running, 100 plus. So I'm sure they also must have prepared themselves throughout the years to come to this stage. And it has taken me like 4 to 5 years to come to this stage and get things done and get the things completed. So it's just
And
not 1 day or 1 month story. It's a
absolutely.
lifestyle change, and you have to keep focusing on your target day in, day out.
Absolutely. I think it has to be a lifestyle change because your entire, the day depends on how you're training and how you're, moving ahead towards your goal. What about the mental preparation, Gaurav? You know, what did you, every day when you woke up and you would go for your run or cycling, what did you in your mind tell yourself that, what about the mental preparation that you did?
I was really looking forward to get this title somehow because 2 years before COVID, I had attempted Goa Ironman also,
Okay.
but somehow I couldn't complete that because of weather conditions, because of the training, and the sea was very rough on the very race day. So somehow I missed that, and then there was 2 years of COVID. So after that race, then I was more determined that instead of giving up, I have to complete this. So after that race, there was 2 years of COVID. These 2 years really helped me a lot because every day I used to, because there was less botheration of the activity, less botheration of the outside world, social commitments. So I focused more on my cycling and my overall general physical condition to achieve something once the COVID would have got over. So this was show for me that एक दिन one day somewhere I will be standing on this on the start line. So I have to keep on preparing for that. So that focus is very important. You just can't get diverted from your focus if you are attempting something like this. So it has to go out. So these 2 years I had helped myself to achieve, to improve every day. So that's how you keep on improving. So it's a
Great.
overall journey. It's a overall journey. Everyone has to stick to whatever they are looking forward for. You just can't skip things in between.
So for you, it is like we say, always look at the brighter side. So there, this is the brighter side of the pandemic for you, that you
Yeah,
could train yourself,
definitely,
prepare.
definitely. I had utilized that time to prepare in a more better way, which on a normal days it's a bit tough.
Okay. We know about the training and the preparation that you did. Uh, Coming to the race day, is there
Yeah.
anything that any interesting incident or story that you want to share about the race day, how it started? So tell us a little about that.
Obviously, race day
What
was
happened from the time when you woke up? Okay, so today
so
I am going to become an Ironman.
the first thing which I woke up and I just prayed to God that today should be my day because at times race days are never your days. At times, but I was sure to complete this race this time because I had prepared much more. Actually, what I was thinking that I would have prepared for. So I was very much confident on my preparation part. So somehow I had the feeling that let's complete this. This is the right time. The first thing which I did was I prayed to God. Although I was very nervous, it is a race में होता ही है. You get very nervous whether it's an Ironman or a 5K race. If you're not nervous, that means you are taking it very casually. So nervousness is
Right.
required. How you are prepared that okay, you need to take things forward and get it completed. And definitely, race was not very easy. especially the bike part, because there was a very, very strong headwind for 20 kilometers once we had to cross the desert area. And that was the most difficult part, where we had to where I had to slow down a bit, but somehow kept on going. And once the run started, it was hot like hell, and but somehow we just had to manage. These two part was the most difficult part, because it was expected that it's going to be really hot.
Huh.
So after 12 o'clock, it was getting onto the nerves, and it was getting heated as it could have been. So these two are the most difficult part. But Neha, my wife, she was throughout the race, standing on the start line and the finish line, and she was cheering for me and praying also. So that obviously gave a lot of encouragement to me to,
Absolutely.
and motivated me that somehow I had to, walk through the red carpet and get things completed this time.
Great, and you did it. You did it so well. You finished strong. So I think there are a lot of people who are watching this live today who want to attempt this Ironman. So are
Sure.
there any vital tips or suggestions that you would like to give them as to how,
One
what to do, what not to
very
do?
important, please don't copy anyone. Like, if someone has done it today, you need to do it tomorrow. It doesn't work in these type of. You have to be focused and well prepared before going to any of these type of endurance races, where there's, you have to, spend 5-6 hours on the race track. So you have to be well prepared and focused on whatever your training schedule is. You just cannot skip or avoid and take things casually on these type of, race days or on these type of events. And please don't push yourself to any of the upcoming races. There will be many races this year, next year, every year. Be well prepared before going for any race like this. So preparation and training schedule is the most important thing which you can look forward to first before attempting any race. So this is my sincere request, because without preparation and just by uh, taking things won't work. Prepare yourself well, take a good coach, take his guidance, and get prepared first.
One more thing I want to ask you, Gaurav, is while we have spoken about the training and the mental preparation, I think nutrition also plays a very big role in this. And like we have been seeing in the Endura 101, there are a lot of nutrition tips that are being shared, and those are so helpful. So when you were preparing, what were those very important nutrition bits that you considered and you were rigorously following?
Yeah, training, nutrition was also very important. It played a very important role. I had my sources like protein and stuff, and carbs, and everything was very much measured, and I had to keep very, proper diet plans, because 2 months before the race, you have to be really well hydrated throughout the day and have proper protein and carbs and everything well scheduled. So because I'm a vegetarian, so I had to take some protein bars and protein shakes with it, but that's required. According to me, that's
Okay.
required. But yes, there is a myth that you have to have non-veg to, be a very good endurance uh, athlete, but nothing like that. You can take things forward with being vegetarian also.
No, that is, I think that is not a myth. That is an excuse by non-vegetarians to eat
Yes,
non-veg.
yes.
That is just an excuse. So I just like to tell our viewers, if you have any questions for Gaurav, please post it and we'll ask him that. Meanwhile, Nishant has a question for you.
Yes, please.
He asks, how do you manage training time with full-time work? Like you
Uh,
are a
yes.
businessman going to office, you have to travel a lot. How did you manage that?
Yes, that's a tough part. That's a tough part. But because I have a joint family and there are many other people who are working with me or supporting me, so the family support was there, looking after each and every section of the work itself. But yes, all my training was done in the morning, like from 6 to 10,
Okay.
6 to 11 in the morning. So I had utilized that time This is also a very important part, that yes, you can utilize your mornings, which is very, very important. Like 6 to 9 and 6 to 10 is a very good time where you can train, and you can really train hard. And that's a good time, like 3 to 4 hours is really good. And you can definitely
Okay.
achieve in that time. Yeah, it is tough because, training for 2 to 3 hours and then getting back to work, it becomes a bit tiring. But once you get used to it, then okay, you have your rest days also where you need to, get your things recovered and relax and get things forward.
Okay. So while you're still, still high on the Ironman challenge and you've completed this, but still, do you have the next challenge in mind? Have you decided, or
Uh,
are you
Next
planning
challenge
for the
will
next
be an
challenge?
Ironman itself, which I'm looking forward for, but in a much better way, much prepared, and uh, reducing the entire timelines which I had, completed in. So I'd really like to work on that I can reduce at least an hour or so in the entire race schedule. So I'll be working on that. Definitely some Ironmans are coming. November is Goa in India. That's what I'm hearing. So I'll be looking forward for
Okay.
that once
So
again.
you're
Wherever
you're going to attempt that in Goa as well in November.
in November, if it is coming, then definitely yes, because
Wow.
there is something which I had left, so I need to take it this year.
So I think नया title होगा फिर Super Ironman or something like
And then
that.
it's not that the title. There are many athletes in India who have done 10, 12. I don't know, numerous. I've just started. I have just started. This is a long way to go.
Of the people I know, you are the only one who has completed. So,
Yeah, that may be, but the story is still a long way.
any last words or suggestion for all the viewers who are there who want to attempt an Ironman or who just want to get into the fitness thing,
Yeah, yeah,
who push
yeah.
themselves every day or drag themselves out of the bed every day? Anything, any one tip or suggestion that you
One
want to
thing
give them?
that you can really do whatever you want to. You just need to be mentally strong. I had started from a point where I couldn't even swim 25 meters was a challenge for me. So I did this from that stage, although it took time. But yes, if you are determined, then you can definitely achieve whatever you want to. But you have to be really focused on that. And if you're there, and if you are focusing properly, there's no way out. There, I'm sure you can achieve.
Okay. Okay, somebody has said once a winner, twice a rock star. You are a rock star. Best of luck for the future.
and
Great.
and
So
one
thank you so
thing,
much, Gaurav. Huh?
and one more thing, like 24th of
Yes,
April, 24th of April, we are doing the Gorkha Run in Darjeeling. Our group is
Gorkharan.
doing Jai Balaji Gorkha Run. That's the first edition of 10K. I would request all our viewers to join us in Darjeeling, and I'll be very happy to see everyone at the start line in Darjeeling itself also.
Sure. So thank you so much, Gaurav, for joining us today and sharing all these stories and your tips and suggestions and your experiences with us. And I'm sure you are going to complete many more Ironman challenges. And every time we'll have another session of Endura Talks, which will be, filled with more of your experiences on that.
So looking
Thank you
forward.
so much.
Thank you, Polly. It was really nice.
Thanks.
Thank you.